Welcome to the Hitmakers Unite podcast. I'm Malachi, host of the podcast, and this is a podcast where we got artists, producers, engineers, anybody related in the music industry, talking about their story, talking about their journey, how they trying to make it and be successful. Today we got a very special guest, Love Remy. What's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Really excited to have you on. Really excited to talk to you about what you've been going through in your journey. But let's start with introducing yourself, man. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Love Remy, as you just as you just introduced me, and I'm an artist, songwriter, producer, voice actor, and a heap of other things out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much the basis of who I am.
Bet. Yeah, man. Like it's crazy how our paths cross. So Hitmakers Unite podcast, for those who don't know, it's actually a podcast put on by ID.io. And for our website, we was looking to make a how it works video, and we needed a voice actor to like basically like say the parts to explain to people what the video and what our product is. And we came across Love Remy, and this man like blessed us with an excellent a take on our script, and bro, we was super grateful, bro. Let's see. Let's start off with just like how you got into music, bro. Like, just explain that a bit.
Yeah, so seemed like I came out of the womb doing music. As a child, I always sung in the church. I was always, and I had my lead song, my own lead song in the church. So and I remember it was an instance when I was in, I believe, preschool, and I was speaking to my mother, or the mother, the preschool teachers were speaking to my mother, and apparently we were doing like a music class or something along those lines, and then when my mother came to pick me up, the teachers were like, "Oh, your son is really talented. He was playing the tambourine and he was actually on beat." Because when kids play the tambourine, normally they just bang it and make a whole bunch of noise. But
Yeah.
and so as time progressed, I just would ask for things musically for Christmas, and I remember I asked for drums. I got a kid drum set. I asked for a piano, and then I was just always interested in music. We talk about things that we're called to do, and that was definitely something that I was literally born to do. I can't remember an instance where I wasn't doing music. I just was always doing it, from the time that I was born to now. And, around, as I got older, I found out how to make beats online. Use a program called FL Studio. I know a lot of artists know that. And, I started off with the crack version. But I've since, just gotten more
He said
profound with
he had
it.
to install the red key himself.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Go ahead.
I don't condone cracking FL Studio, everybody. I don't. But
Yeah.
as time progressed, I just got a little bit better at better at making beats, and I ordered a $20 microphone off of Amazon, plugged it up, and the rest is history. And now we're here. So yeah.
Nice, bro. That's a good story. Like starting from church and being inspired with a music. I feel like that's how a lot of people I feel like get into music initially or that in school. But yeah, I'm curious about like all the different things you do with music. Like you mentioned producing, you had drums, you did FL. Like just touch on that. Like was your first entry point making beats, or did you progress to artistry after that? Like, how did you do that?
Well, when it comes to tangibly making music, my first introduction to music was definitely making beats. Because again, when I got my piano, I would make beats on the piano, and I would have a little iPod, and I would record me making beats on the piano. Then again, it moved to the computer. Then I started making beats on the computer, and then it moved to engineering. I would engineer other people, and I was young at the time, and I would bring people over to the house, and I would record a whole song for $5, and so it definitely
Mm.
moved towards engineering, and then after a while I started recording myself. So it definitely did start off with producing and then engineering and then mixing other people's music, and then it just turned into me producing and mixing my own music.
Nice, nice, nice. So you were like a what they say full stack artist. Produce your own self. You record your own self. You engineer. You mix. You do all the whole the whole span, right?
Yes, absolutely, and songwriting as well. So it's the whole thing.
Man, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, just talk about that, like wearing all these different hats in music, like and balancing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that gives you a lot of advantages. So like, yeah, hit on that.
Yeah, it definitely does give an artist advantages because when it comes to let's say an artist who is just a voice, and nothing's wrong with that. However, when it comes to an artist who doesn't have the extensive skills to engineer their own music, they have to pay somebody to engineer their music. Then they have to pay somebody to produce their music as well, and at times that definitely adds up. So if I could say anything to a lot of up and coming artists would be to at least learn how to do things yourself, and because you definitely save a lot of money and time, because previously, but before I really started, I've always produced, but at times in my past, I almost not have the trust in myself to that I could carry out the sound that I wanted. I would look to others for that, and as time has progressed, I just started relying on myself for that, and with looking for other beats, if you can't find the beat, that you want for a specific project, you're just out of luck. But if you can make, beats, you can always make it yourself. You don't have to rely on somebody else. You know exactly what you want to hear in your head. You know exactly what you hear in your head, and then you're able to, relay that to the board, so to speak, and relay that to audio. So
Mm-hmm.
it definitely has a lot of advantages, especially not just with monetary, but with creating in general.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, man, that's an important point. Like learning all those tools to kind of curate your own voice, your own sound, and kind of have artistic control over that. Yeah, yeah, that's really important. That's some good stuff. I was gonna, I mean, like we talked about, you have a lot of hats. You are well versed and knowledgeable about all these different facets of creation of a audio product, a song. Um, yeah, the thing I was gonna ask you was when it comes to um your mindset, like to create this stuff. Like, what is motivating you to learn all of these skills? Outside of just having artistic control. Like, I mean, obviously you're trying to get a message out, and so like, what is that message? Like, what are you trying to give to the people that you feel like is so worth it to have this artistic control? Yeah.
Oh man, that is a beautiful question. Uh, what definitely keeps me going is passion. When a lot of people give up on things, it's because uh, they're not as passionate as they thought they were. Because when we're really deeply passionate with something, it drives us to want to be better in that specific aspect. So passion is definitely the driver. Because passion definitely carries people through hard times. Because when a situation arises where I know a lot of individuals listen to the finished product of my albums and share their opinions on it. However, it's a lot of nights where I'm sitting up here banging my head on the on my table, just trying to find that perfect melody or things of that nature. But passion is definitely what keeps a person pushing through. And we all have that passion in specific aspects. It's just we have to find what we are passionate in. And and yeah, I know you asked me another question. May you ask that second question again? Forgive me.
Yeah, like what is that message that you are trying to get out to people? Like if you was to like put a theme to your voice, like what is that?
It's simply my name, love Remy. The main thing is though, I want to create moments for people. A lot of people listen to my music, and it's obvious that I've been inspired by Drake And I remember when I first heard Drake, I first heard a specific song by Drake. It was off of So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, and it was a karaoke. That was the name of the song, and I was coming from the movies with my cousins. And I heard of Drake, but, I didn't hear this specific song, and then they played this song, and it almost touched me. I was like, yo, who is this? And it was like, this Drake. I was like, it's Drake. But I can think back to those instances where that when you're having a great time, music almost is an enhancer. Music is a time to where people can play music during a great time in their life, and almost that memory is almost parallel to that song that they played during that time. So I want to, with my music, I want to create moments for people, moments for people that, especially because a young lady hit me up a while ago, and she began to relate to me. She said, Remy, I love your music. I'm really appreciative, because, when I don't feel good about myself, I'm able to listen to your music and it makes me feel better. And, that really touched me. That really did. And it's for those people that I do music, to uplift the spirit. In our society, we have a lot of depressive music and a lot of downer music. And, I just want to create something that almost picks the spirit up, that people can utilize to almost enhance their life in whatever facet that my music can benefit them in. So yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man. And I definitely know what you're talking about with how music kind of like it encapsulates a time in your life. Once you hear that one song play, it's like you can see yourself in the past and like, remember the things that you was doing and your mindset and like, some of the smells or time. It's just crazy how much music can be embedded in our brains, how it connects.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's hit on your music, man. You mentioned that, bro. You released a project this year called Last Days of Winter, and bro, if y'all haven't checked that out, like, please listen to that. I was a couple of tracks in. I'm like, this man can sing. This man had the serious with it. So like, yeah, bro, like talk about that process. Was this your first album? Yeah, just introduce us to that.
First of all, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. To answer your question, no, this was, I would say my third album. It's just the previous albums that I dropped. The first one was called As It Happens, and the second one was called Homecoming. And, as I moved on as an artist, I looked back at my old music and realized that I was making downer music. And I was like, I appreciate, these times in my life where I was relaying certain things, but, I just almost as, the last day of winter relates. And speaking on that, the last day of winter is, when we look at winter, it's a season of death. It just is, the trees, the leaves fall, you're not able to sow seeds and grow and harvest food. However, the last day of winter is that specific album. If you listen to the second track, it's called LOE, and it means love over everything. It's pretty much talking to individuals who maybe have went through a heartbreak in their lives. And, towards the end of the album is a song called Birthday. And when we think after the last day of winter, or after winter as a season, we see spring. And then when spring comes, you see flowers blooming. You see, you see the trees starting to come back. So the name of the album, The Last Day of Winter, was pretty much the last day of death, the last day. And, this is a new you. You're going to, become a better person. You're going to forget all this old hurt. You're going to forget all of this old baggage, and you're going to spring, spring like the next day of the last day of winter.
Man, that's awesome, bro. Like, one thing I really appreciate about artists is when they're like really authentic and they put that in their music, and like the meaning of your album, the meaning of the songs and stuff. Like, that's super inspirational, bro. To put yourself on display like that, and to share that. Like, I mean, you can see that with some major artists, but like, most artists are making hype music, making music for people to just get hyped to. So yeah, appreciate the authenticity for sure. So talk about like the the concept of the album, how long did it take? Like, what's your process? What's your writing process? You know.
Yeah. So, excuse me. It took me about 11 months to make, uh, and I know it's only about 7 songs, discounting the outro. But there's another song called Dreams Come True, and I actually produced that beat in 2020. And so this album has been almost aspects of different beats that I've collected over the years that I've produced and almost formulated them. However, it took me about 10 to 11 months. But, on the 12th month or around that time, a lot of inspiration just hit me just in that month and pretty much finished the whole album in that month, uh, you know, and, when that goes to the writing process, bro, I'm so picky when it comes to my lyrics. Like, uh, I'll have a song and shout out to my cousin Monk the Pilgrim, but I'll play a song for him and he's like, yo, this is so fire. And I'm like, it's all right. He's like, no, man, this is fire. Because, when it comes to the writing process, it's just the resonance of what I'm saying has to go along with the beat. It can't just be just willy nilly lyrics. What I'm saying, what we say when we have a microphone and for my engineers out there, you're able to look at a visualizer or EQ and see which frequencies your voice hits at. And, from the things that I speak to the wordage that I use, I want my voice to sit in a certain pocket so it can relay a certain feeling to the listener. So as far as my writing process goes, it pretty much is all over the place at times. I could freestyle. I could sit on a beat and take 2-3 months to finish the whole song. So yeah, it's pretty much just it's pretty much random how I create songs.
Yeah.
I can create a song in a day and a night, or I can create a song and again, like I explained with that song Dreams Come True, it can take me 2 years. So it definitely is spontaneous with my writing process.
Yeah. What were some of like the challenges that you faced within that 11 months? And like, how did you overcome it?
Excellent question. Yeah, you know, almost a similar challenge as I find, with creating my follow-up album, and that's just finding the music that I personally resonate with. You know, as you were speaking about other artists, what I don't like about other artists is when they start to taint their art just to get it out, just to finish it, or just for universal appeal or things of that nature. So pretty much, I'm sorry, can you repeat your question? I can go on tangents at times.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So when you was creating your album over those 11 months, like, what were some of the roadblocks or
Right.
challenges you faced? Yeah.
Yeah, forgive me, man. Like Kanye West said, man, I think in paragraphs, so I just got to grab a
It's
sentence
all
and
good,
yeah.
bro. We need all the paragraphs.
But some of the roadblocks, again, just finding music that I resonate with. Relating to what I was speaking earlier. I don't just want to create something. I do love having those moments for people, and but then again, music is my therapy. Music is how I relate deep situations that I talk to nobody about. Things that I pray about. To God, and that I lay in my bed and cry about. I put that inside of my music, and I want that to be relayed in a format that pleases me as well. So one of the biggest stumbling blocks I can say is formulating the album in a sense and finishing songs, because I can start a song and feel it and love the beat, and a day later I can listen to it and be like, nah, it's all right. But then 2 weeks later I can come back to it and be like, oh, I see what I was trying to do. So it's pretty much just trying to formulate the album to make it sonically good. That's the biggest challenge that I go through when I create is relaying is making meaningful lyrics with having a melodic style or things of that nature, and also having it have a sonic feeling that can make the listener feel good at the same time.
I see. Yeah. I see what you're saying. So it's like being proud or having a piece of production that you feel like can match up with the right song at the right time. And so like, is that just by like chance, or are you like intentionally cycling through your old beats? I'm just trying to see how like strategic you are with trying to find these matches or find these like magical moments where it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to have a specific strategy that I could relay to somebody. However, it's just creating. It's just creating until you find
Hmm.
something that sounds amazing. And I do go through old beats. I definitely do. Like again, in that 11 months that I took to create the last day of winter, man, I probably created over 150 ideas and songs and things of that nature. So, and only pick eight. So I definitely do go back and try to pick up different ideas, maybe at the time. Cause at times we as artists, we may create something and then be like, man, this sounds whack, and then may sit it down and then come back to it on a later date and then be like, oh man, this is amazing. So, I definitely try to tap into older beats at times as well. Just looking through all of my catalog, listening to my old music and just trying to find some inspiration in many different ways. So yeah, just pretty much creating music until I find something that sounds amazing.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. We rounded home soon, but I wanted to ask this question, bro. Like, tell me one thing in your music or in your personal development that you would say you're proud of yourself about.
Man, the fact that I didn't compromise, you know, being fully transparent. One of the most hurtful things as a up and coming artist, somebody told me was, I can laugh about it now, but he said, "You ain't nothing but a wannabe Drake." And I can laugh about it now, but at the time I was like, man, like man, like how dare you,
That's crazy.
But
Right.
a lot of people at time was at times were basically said, "Oh man, you sound too much like Drake. You sound too much like Drake." But if I would have listened to them,
Mm,
I wouldn't be the artist who I am right now. It's not like I go into the studio and close my eyes and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sound like Drake today. Like no, it's just I go into the studio and I just make the music that I love to make, and that is what I can say I'm proud of myself on, is that you know during a lot of points in my life, a lot of people said, well, maybe you should consider doing this, doing uh, I don't know, just different aspects of other people and all of these different things, but it wouldn't have been me. I just
mm-hmm.
pretty much, heard what somebody else did and I made it my own, and just being honest. And a lot of people tried to pull that away from me, and I can say I wouldn't be who I was today. And that's definitely what I would tell a lot of up and coming artists is stay true to yourself, And so I can say I'm proud that I stayed true to myself and I didn't let anybody sway me to uh, to a position that they felt would have been more effective for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. All right, let's let's lead them with this. Let's talk about this. It sounds like you got a new album or some new music coming out.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, just let us know what you got coming, man.
Oh man, I have it's gonna be an up and coming album. It's gonna be called Let Me Explain. And again, as I just spoke about my spontaneous writing style and the way I formulate music, I'm still trying to put the album together. Currently, I don't have a release date. However, it will be called The Last Day of Winter. And again, it's just, again, that music that people can resonate with when they're going through hard times, that music that people can play at their weddings, that music that people can play on those sleepy car ride homes, after coming from the movies, or that music that people can relate to or listen to when they're on their way, 4 hours away, maybe going to see their family on a spring vacation, So that definitely will be the basis for this upcoming album.
Man, yeah, we looking forward to it, bro. Like, um, you definitely put a lot of meaning and thought behind your music and your decisions. So hearing that play out in just audio is gonna be amazing. So, yeah, Like, let the people know how they can reach out to you, where they can follow you, see your updates. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody, you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can go to loveremy.com. My name is Lovremy. There is no E in the love. So Lovremy, Instagram, Twitter. You can just Google me. Google Love Remy, no E.
Bet. That's been another episode of the Hitmakers Unite podcast, bro. Follow Love Remy. This man is amazing. I mean, doing all these different things in music, bro, like writing, production, recording, engineering, mixing, mastering, bro. Amazing, bro. Amazing. Yeah, so if y'all still listening, please join our Discord, man. Like, we got this Discord set up. We're going to be doing some stuff in the new year, doing some beat battles, some freestyles, stuff like that. We're probably going to be streaming our podcast live through Discord. So, man, just stay tuned on Discord. That's going to be in the details below. But other than that, bro, peace.